There, right there is a couple frozen raw fish. My German Shepherd Lobo. And my Blue Bay Shepherd Kurgan. We just spent the last hour and a half hiking about 5 miles through the Mississippi River Valley, and this is a post-hike snack for them both. Now people will ask, isn't it bad to feed them frozen fish? Absolutely not. Biologically, canines scavenge and eat frozen food all the time throughout the winter. Sled dogs are fed frozen fish all the time. One of the advantages of feeding them the fish frozen is it keeps them from getting covered with fish oil and guts, which is always a plus, so they don't end up smelling fishy. Feed my dogs what's called the BARF diet, which is an acronym for biologically appropriate raw foods. It's one of 3 main raw diets, the other 2 being the prey model diet and the RMB diet, which stands for raw meaty bones. Canines are meant to eat and process raw food. You don't have to worry about raw food bacteria like salmonella with dogs. 18% of dogs carry salmonella as a natural part of their gut flora. They aren't humans. They do have stronger digestive juices and a shorter G-tract than we do. They are biologically designed to deal with and process this stuff. There's a very good documentary on the commercial pet food industry on Netflix called Pet Fooled. I recommend you check out. I'm also going to provide quite a few links in the video description for anyone interested in learning more about feeding this way, and you can do your research. I always say, don't take my word for any of this stuff. I'm just some guy on YouTube. Do your research. This is just what I do. You should always take anything you hear online with a grain of salt. Too many people pretend to be experts online when they're not qualified to do so. I'm not one of those guys. For those who will ask, well, why is Lobo in the kennel and Kurgan out here? Well, because I'm shooting a video out here of Kurgan eating a piece of fish, right? Really? I mean, if I'm shooting a mukbang video with Kurgan, it makes sense that I have Kurgan out here and Lobo in the kennel so he can enjoy his. But you know, you always have somebody who will ask. So that's the answer, so you don't have to ask me in the comments. If I was filming a video of Lobo right now, Kurgan would be in there. And to those who will ask, yes, the fish has its scales and fins on it. With the fish he's eating right now, that's not an issue. Scales are never an issue. Regarding the fins, You know, if I'm feeding them catfish or bullheads, I'll remove the fins because of the spine, but the type of fish he's eating right now, they're not an issue. Raw fish bones are totally safe for your dogs. It's cooked bones that are dangerous. That goes for poultry, beef, and other bones too. You should never feed your dog cooked bones. Cooking the bone changes the consistency of the bone. It makes it brittle and indigestible to the dogs, prone to bowel obstructions and perforations. Raw bones don't do that. They tend to be soft and pliable and are easy for the dogs to digest. Again, they're biologically designed to do that. Canines, notice I say canines and not dogs. Canines have been eating, processing raw meaty bones for millions of years of evolution. And if you don't believe that canines have been on the planet for millions of years, quick Google search will tell you they have. I always have people who will try to correct me on that too. Well, there you have it. That's my Blue Bay Shepherd Kurgan eating a post-hike snack of a frozen fish. I hope you enjoyed it. We got Lobo over here eating his. Lobo's still got a head left. Again, we just did about a 5-mile hike through the Mississippi River Valley. This is a nice little post-hike snack for them. They'll get their regular raw meal later today.